Now I am shooting this over the course of a couple of different days, so you might see some sunny footage, some cloudy footage. But this depot here was built and opened for service in 1913. So, been here about 108 years. The depot that was in this area preceding this one was built in 1854. So these tracks and train service has been here for a long, long time. Hey everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Chris. I'm the guy behind Prime Mover Videos. I generally don't talk in my videos, but I got some messages and things. People wanted me to go over this Plano depot a little bit more. So standing here looking at it, first off, it used to belong to the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy. That's the railroad. Used to come through here back in the day. Trains like the Nebraska Zephyr used to run through here. Currently standing under what's left of the original shelter on the other side of the tracks. As you can see, just typical basic construction. These wood posts, everything, this is all original. The only thing that isn't is this plywood surround that was kind of just thrown together pretty quick many, many years ago. If you look down here, this is all original brickwork. This was done when the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy built this depot. These are the original pavers that were used. They are Puritan pavers. Again, this is original. And on this side of the tracks, currently we are looking east. And I'm standing on the south side. This brickwork used to actually run, if you can see, all the way through here, across the road, about 10 or 15 feet on the other side of that road up there. Obviously all that's been removed. And maybe 12 or so years ago, because Amtrak stops here now, these couple of little buildings and these concrete platforms were installed. Those house lifts and such for people who have disabilities that need assistance in boarding and deboarding the trains. So again, those were not here. And again, that brickwork would run all the way down. Now, you can see here, original concrete border, if you notice that. We would come down here. If you look down there in the distance, I'm not going to go all the way down there, but you can see where that border is still in place right in here. And again, it goes all the way down still. It's just under the ballast now. And the brickwork continued on between that concrete barrier and within about a few inches of the railroad ties. And it used to continue, like I said, all the way down just across the roadway there. On the other side of this roadway, there used to be a signal bridge right on the other side of the roadway. That, of course, has been taken down, and now that signal exists much further east, about a mile down the track. Now, if you look over to the westbound side, you can see, again, just ballast there. Those pavers, again, continued all down through there, and again, across the roadway. All that was removed. Back in the day, the trains were a bit longer, and they wanted a nice area for people to board and deboard the train from. And now, with Amtrak and so forth, you can see the color variation over here. Two different types of pavers. The lighter color was done about 10 to 12 years ago with modern day pavers. and the slightly darker color and the color running around side of the building over here, that's all the original papers. Now this end of the depot here on the eastern side is still open for passengers to use. However, they only open it maybe an hour or so before a train is due in here. After the train departs, it's locked back up again. Right in here through those windows in the center underneath the Plano sign, that's where the station master used to be, where tickets were sold from and so forth. That now is used by the city of Plano for various things. And if you look in the center window there, I'll walk over to it in a minute, but you can see there's a green color on that window sash, a dark green. That is the color Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy had everything painted. So everything you see here that appears like a reddish or a orangish in color used to be that dark green color. And of course that plywood that's up on the top here now was never there. That was always open, like those windows here and above the doorway. Obviously air conditioning was installed. That never used to be here. If we look to the west and we walk back, we'll head down here and take a look at a few things. Pardon the shakiness here, but I'm holding this in my hand. Again, this passenger waiting area used to extend all the way down here. The last support post used to be right here. And you can see where this concrete comes back in and it gets narrower alongside the tracks here. Well, again, this pathway used to continue all the way down just to the other side of that roadway. You can see the little bit of the concrete retaining curbing, if you will, that's still visible. We'll turn back to the east, and that's what remains. Might have some photos from back in the day. If I do, I'll include them in this video. There used to be a track here. There was a freight house in this area here, an old white freight house. That's obviously all long gone. Here's a little bit more of a shot of the depot. If you don't know, it also holds a small museum dedicated to the Superman movie, Man of Steel. A big portion of that movie was filmed right here in town. Some of the props and such are stored in there now. And if you look over the distance here, try to zoom in a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. That's the big flag on the side of the building, and it's got Smallville painted on there. That was in the movie. But continuing on, like I said, the brick pathways are long gone. The bricks have been pulled up and removed. I'm going to go ahead and cross over the tracks here. We'll head over to the northern side of the trackway. Sorry about my voice, getting over a bit of a cold. But now that we're here, you can see the difference between those two different types of bricks, between the original pavers and the new stuff. But everything in this building's original. Windows, doors, everything. Definitely in need of some maintenance. But all in all, pretty nice structure to still have here. We'll turn back around. And again, the pathway used to continue all down through here. On the far side of the road here is still some remnants of that brick. But anyway, yeah, so this is pretty much just a short little rundown. This is where the freight was stored. There was a Railway Express agency here, of course. Long since gone. There's grassy area here now. None of this used to be here. The pavement came right up to the barrier for this brick. That's where it all used to be. We'll head over to a different point of view and continue the video there. It's just a quick little view through a window inside the end of the depot that houses some of the artifacts from the movie. It's really hard to see, but right in front is a filming model that was used. This helped them work out their shots and angles where things were going to be staged and so forth. But yeah, so that's what's housed down in here. And there's some more artifacts that are off to the left side over there. Yeah, you can't really see due to glare in the windows. And as you can see, all these windows and the sashes and everything, it is all original. The wood and everything is very, very dried out. Definitely in need of replacement, but given their age, I'd say overall this building is in shockingly good condition considering. Now this is, of course, looking at the western end of the depot. And again, there you can see the doors where the freight was stored. And up above, where you see the Plano sign up there used to be a Railway Express agency sign up there. And the Plano sign used to be actually below that. I'm going to zoom in a bit here. I don't know if you'll be able to see the slight discoloration above the windows there, the color difference. But that's where the Plano sign used to be. And we'll zoom back out here. And again, this whole grassy area here in front was never here. This was all pavement. You could actually pull your car right up to that curb and park there and take care of your business, pick up your freight or what have you. Now here we're on the opposite side, looking from the northwest to the southeast. And again, over here is where a lot of that brickwork, like I said, on the far side of the tracks continued all the way down, as well as that area right in front of us here between where this fence is now that did not used to be here and the trackway. But again, over in this area, right over in here is where that freight house used to be, and there was, like I said, a siding track in here for that freight house. Another thing worth taking note of, if you notice now, you can see the level of this ballast and where the rails are at. Going back to, say, the 1960s, when that crossover used to be here, and there used to be that signal bridge right down here at this roadway down there. This railhead and everything was below the height of these pavers, believe it or not. So through the years, as track maintenance has been performed, and the track work is lifted up to clean the ballast, remove the dirt and so forth, and then ballast is placed back in underneath it. The track through the years has steadily just been raised up. So now it's actually higher than the platform here. But yeah, years ago it was, I'd say the railhead was even with the concrete here, the concrete barrier. So it's definitely gone up about a good 8 inches, 10 inches. Now as you can see here, I'll zoom in a little bit, there's some of that remaining brickwork right there. It used to continue up to the tracks right here. We are standing down at the other roadway. Again, we're looking to the east here. And again, all through here is where that pathway used to be, right in this area here. You can still see a bit of the curbing right here. A lot of it's buried by the ballast. But yeah, it used to continue all the way down through here. And then at some point, like I said, was removed. Okay, and also looking back again towards the east here. Right in this area here, there used to be a crossover along trains to go from number 1 track over to number 2. That was long since removed decades ago. But like I said, used to be in this general area right here. It's just a slight view inside the area that's used still as a passenger waiting area. You can see some of that through the glare. Very nice depot. Let's move on. This is just looking in the main entryway from the front side of the building. It's the old station master's ticket window. You can see that a little bit. And again, from when they filmed, made it into the Smallville Town Hall. Let's move on. Also, as I briefly touched on in another clip, there's the big flag you see featured pretty prominently in the movie Superman, Man of Steel. Welcome to Smallville. It's actually the size of a local bar. In this parking lot right here, right out here in this area, this whole lot, is where there was a 7-Eleven, if you recall, that was destroyed in the movie. And a lot of it was filmed on this entire main street here. Studios came in several months ahead of time. They painted that flag, built the 7-Eleven, changed a lot of the storefronts you see off to the left and in the center of the screen there, as well as everything that continues down the roadway this way. So there you have it, a little more of a detailed look at this depot and of the area. This is something you guys kind of liked. Let me know. There's more videos on other depots and other areas I can cover. Let me know what you think. At any rate, I enjoyed making it. Hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching.